Hi guys, Hijigon here. So Dragon Ball Super, was it a good anime? It certainly has lots of highs and lots of lows, and I'm gonna review it. Without any further ado, let's get into it.
My heart's beating faster, I know what I'm after. I've been standing here my whole life, everything I've seen twice. Now it's time I realize it's spinning back around now. On this road I'm crawling, slowly 'cause I'm falling. Now I can't seem to breathe right.
So one thing one needs to talk about when talking about Dragon Ball Super is the timeline. Dragon Ball Super has put itself in a pretty interesting timeline, just like movies like Star Wars, where Dragon Ball Super is actually set after Dragon Ball Z, before Dragon Ball GT, which is almost, if you want, like the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's kind of a bit distant, and they're trying to kind of put the space in between those two series. And that's where Dragon Ball Super really has limitations, because everything they do in Dragon Ball Super is actually limited, because there are stuff which is gonna happen afterwards. That's the first down part of Dragon Ball Super. On the contrary, that actually works to its advantage, because that means that it's actually got a set timeline, a set space of when this is gonna start and this is gonna end, and that ends the series pretty well. Another great thing Dragon Ball Super does is the animation is really good. I really think that it does a good job of bringing back Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball was huge in the 1980s and the 1990s, and with the movie Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods releasing in 2013 and in Resurrection F in 2015, Dragon Ball Super later on in 2015 was a brilliant idea to mainstream this series once again, the series which shaped a generation. This series is really truly quite special. The fights are on a whole new level, and that's the thing which is great about it. The animation is beautiful, the voice actors are actually decent in dub and sub. One of the big complaints people have is that Dragon Ball Super starts with the movies, so it starts with Battle of the Gods, and the first 20 or so episodes are just a rehash of the whole movies. That is a down part, but after that, lots of people dropped it. But that's not good, because Dragon Ball Super starts getting very good, and it especially gets very good during the Tournament of Power. Now, the Tournament of Power is this huge intergalactic tournament of lots of different universes, with them trying to compete to be the best. If you want, it's like a tournament arc from Shonen, like the Naruto Chunin exams, but it is so well done. We get to see more of characters which didn't have enough screen time in the original Dragon Ball Z, and we also get to see lots of new characters like Jiren, and the characters in Dragon Ball Super are really good. They've really done a good job of actually introducing new characters, making nostalgic moments, and that's where it does right. Dragon Ball Super has great characters. But on the other side, having great characters is a bad thing if Dragon Ball Super isn't meant to kill them off, which is one of the things it's good at. Is that before in the original Dragon Balls, there was almost no threat of main characters dying, but now the Tournament of Power, universes are getting erased. It is something, it's got stakes. I mentioned this in my Boruto video, when I was like, Boruto has no stakes and it needs to start getting stakes. That's exactly what Dragon Ball Super does right. With Frieza in there, Frieza is a great addition, because he is there trying to use the gods. The gods are there, of course, as the main people. Goku is just trying to win the tournament, and Jiren is trying to be the strongest. And this gets interesting, because each character has got their own reason for winning the Tournament of Power. Now, I've talked about the good things mainly about Dragon Ball Super, but there are so many negatives. For instance, one of them is there's been this pattern going on through Dragon Ball Super that whenever there's an enemy that Vegeta and Goku can't beat, they just get new power-ups. New enemy means new power-up. For instance, Ultra Instinct, Mass Ultra Instinct. You see what I mean? You see what I'm getting to. And Kaioken, and things like that, where Kaioken was originally supposed to be a move that you would use and you would die using, but then just because villains were getting stronger, they decided to change it, and that's really bad for the story. I really hope that Master Ultra Instinct is going to be Goku's last form for at least another 2 years. Because in the new Dragon Ball movie, which is coming out this year, I really hope they don't make a new one. And this is, as I mentioned before, because of stakes. If they keep doing this, there'll just be no stakes. Just at the moment of the Tournament of Power, if people weren't getting eliminated, there'll be no stakes. Already we thought Android 17 was dead, but it turned out he wasn't. And that's where they really do. They're getting the stakes right at the moment, but they need to keep on that. And I find that the two best episodes of Dragon Ball Super so far being episode 127 and 130. And what both of those episodes did well is that they showed a bit of backstory, which felt a bit nostalgic. Not too long though, and they had action. It was very good. Nothing was really out of the ordinary. Nothing that, went against another plot point. It was just pure action, pure fun, great animation. Although for most of the Dragon Ball Super episodes, there's lots of great things and all that, but they've not really kept its consistency. From one episode it could be a complete joke, which is fine, and then the next one is a completely different tone. This is where they need to really put in their footing. We need to just run I know that Dragon Ball Z at some points is a bit of a joke, but I really think that in Dragon Ball Super they should have really made it. If you see, audience should have been raised, because Dragon Ball Super now is also going to fans which have been a lot older since the beginning, and Dragon Ball Super has so much potential. I've got these tiny gripes in it, but it is a good anime. To conclude this review / is Dragon Ball Super a good anime? Well, first of all, I'd like to say that it is a good anime. It's a great anime. In fact, it's one of my favorites. I would watch Dragon Ball Z from when I was really young, and I've liked the series all my life. But what they really need to do is that they need to really just continue forward with the Dragon Ball franchise, because Dragon Ball Super started off really badly, rehashed the movies, there's no stakes, and once you get to episode 100, when the Tournament of Power really starts kicking off, it is great. There's action, great fights. In fact, Goku vs Jiren is easily the best fight of 2017 in the whole of anime, and this is where Dragon Ball Super is great. It's mainly anime, which got lots of fights. It's just shonen anime, and I've got lots of tiny gripes about there not being stakes and instant power-ups, but in the end, that's a bit the shonen style, so I can't really complain. This anime is a really great anime. If I really had to give it a review, I would give it an 8.2 out of 10. That was it for the video, guys. I really enjoyed making this. I love Dragon Ball Super, and I haven't actually talked about it at all on my channel, so I really wanted to do a video like this. I've got plenty of new videos coming out, so if you really want to subscribe and you'll be part of the Hadrigon channel. Also, like if you enjoyed, comment down below what you'd like me to do next, and as always, that was Hadrigon. Peace out.